such an asshole!
AssholeConsulting.com. If you have questions, I have answers as long as you have money. Where I, the world's only professional asshole, will tell you the truth and do it as long as there's money and it's legal. We have a very special Clarey request. And it's very special because the person, not doing the request, but he wanted me to do a request on this person. That person is one of the founding people that gave me the idea for the Clarey Test because he's near and dear to my heart. Don't mention my name, please. I won't. Hey, Clarey, I noticed you mentioned Mark Dayton here and there in a few of your videos, but you really haven't done a Clarey Test on him or given us the full scope of why you hate him. I don't know if you I mean, I've addressed him many times. I have a personal, I would say personal, it's nothing personal. He's just a spoiled, rich, suburbanite cunt. That's all he is. He's the trust fund babiest of trust fund babiest of cunts. And like now I understand if you're a trust fund baby, but then when you say, I'm bored, I want to run for public office and tell other people who are actually adults and work real jobs, tell them what to do, then I hate your fucking guts. Because he's like a stupid tyrant. He doesn't know. He should just shut the fuck up, and he's an egotist too. Because a lot of these rich kids, they're, look at the Kennedys. They're bored. They got all the fucking money. And they're like, I'm going to tell other people what to do because I don't want to work a real job. And so that's why, I mean, and I started noticing this trend because it's not just Mark Dayton, but he's the governor of Minnesota. And he was prominent, and he also ran for senator beforehand. And he was also kind of, not necessarily in the news, but his dad founded Dayton's. And you may not know Dayton's. It's called Macy's now after some mergers and acquisitions. But you do fucking know the Target Corporation, don't ya? And that's what this guy's granddaddy started. So Target's all big in Minnesota. Obviously very specific to Minnesota. He's now the fucking governor of Minnesota. And it's just like to watch these Minnesota fucking sheeple vote in this doped up alcoholic dipshit. This trust, and I can even respect an alcoholic. There's some really intelligent alcoholics out there, and I think they probably are. But this guy is just if you want to hate rich people, this is the person you should hate. But because he's for the Democrats and the people, these sheep line up to vote this moron in. Anyway, okay, so let's talk about the Clarey Test, and I gotta look up the actual Wikipedia because I pretty much know it. We'll see how close I remember his background. The Clarey Test, what is it? This is the single largest advancement in political science in about the past 3 decades. I'm being deadly serious about it. And it is a test I use to determine whether or not I trust a politician or a person in general. And it's a 4-question test. And if you answer yes to any of these, or you have a bad answer, you get a point. And you do not want a point. The ideal score is 0. Notable people who got 0 scores are Lucky Luciano, a lot of the old mobster gangster bosses, Rex Tillerson, and then like your Boy Scout, Eagle Scout type of people. The people who score very badly in this category are your politicians, both left and right. You look at the Bushes, it's the same thing, so this is kind of apolitical. The 4 questions are, do you come from money? The second question is, what did you major in? And then the third question is, do you have any private sector experience? And then the fourth question is, what the fuck are you doing now? And you could kind of figure out where I do and do not award points. So, Mark Dayton, from memory, if I can remember this correctly, he is the grandson of the original founder of Dayton's. I forget his first name. And he is a trust fund cocksucking piece of shit baby boomer extraordinaire. Okay, I don't know if I told you that or not. But, like, I don't know. I think his trust fund, which he keeps in South Dakota, where there's no state income taxes, yet he clamors for higher taxes. I think he was like worth $200 million or something like that one time. I don't know. I'd have to look it up. But this guy lived, I think it was, the Dayton house, the old one, is around Lake of the Owls, which is the Kenwood neighborhood, the richest neighborhood in Minneapolis. And then I think they have property out in Wayzata. We call it the Wayzata. So they just got a fucking shit ton of money. All right? He didn't work a fucking day in his life. What did he major in? He majored in psychology. Okay? Not a real fucking degree. I don't think he got his master's. I think he just got an undergrad because he's a lazy fuck. So he's getting 2 points right there. Coming from money. Worthless degree. He went and became a teacher for a while in New York. He couldn't even hack that. And then I think, I'm not sure, but I think he started in like the state senate or the state representatives. But ever since then, he's not worked a real job. He didn't work in the mines up in the Iron Range. He didn't work slinging coffee over at the fucking Perkins on 394. This guy has never worked a real day in his life. All right, and we'll look up what we'll do. But then you get 3 points right there. This guy has never worked a real job. All right, what's he doing now? He was senator, now he's governor because granddaddy's little spoiled brat cunt is bored, and so he's been our governor for 6 years now. Or was it 4? I'd have to look it up. But he was a senator, a U.S. senator beforehand. So this guy gets a 4. He's a solid 4. He's a solid douche. You don't want to trust this guy. The problem with Mark Dayton is it's the debate between evil and dumb. He's just dumb. This guy's not an evil person. He's a lazy, stupid, doped up fuck. That's all he is. Whereas, like someone more criminal mastermindy, say Osama bin Laden, he's pretty intelligent. I mean, of course, evil, you don't like the guy, but no doubt about it, the guy's probably a brilliant individual. Mark Dayton is too stupid to know how spoiled he is, why he shouldn't be he's not a statesman, why he's a politician. He has no concept. He has no, I'd say he has a little bit of ego, but it's more driven by laziness, because he just, I'm bored. I think I'll become governor because that sounds good. Like trust fund baby, girls out in the suburbs. I'm going to work with children because I like children. No, it's you're a lazy fuck and you don't want to work. Right? So that's who he is. And I just hate him with the passions of 1,000 fiery herpes infections. I just hate him that much. He slipped and he passed out while giving the State of the State address last night. And then I think he hit his head. I'm like, wait, and he's fine. I'm like, oh. So anyway, that's it. So let's confirm. Let's see if I know our trust fund baby governors. Yeah, it's like him and Nancy Pelosi are the two most loathed. Except Nancy's evil. Nancy damn well knows what she's doing. That's an evil woman right there. So whereas Mark, you kind of like you feel like, oh yeah, he's retarded. What do you got to pat him on the head? Okay, go spend some more of your daddy's money. Play governor. Have fun playing governor there, Mark. Nancy Pelosi knows exactly what the fuck she's doing. And Mark, you could kind of, you feel pity. Nancy, you just want, go swim to Alcatraz. Say hi to the sharks, Nancy. Let's look up Mark Dayton. Let's see if I'm accurate. I know. The things we're going to be talking about is does he have any work experience? Oh, for crying out loud! Oh, he was also recently diagnosed with prostate cancer. So tough shit for you, asshole. All right, Mark Dayton. Let's go to education. Background education. Born 47. He is a baby boomer fuck. It says it right here. He is the great-grandson. He is the great-grandson of businessman George Dayton, the founder of Dayton's department store. His father, Bruce Dayton, served as a chairman and CEO. Okay, and later that became Target Corporation. Okay, so his dad was president and CEO of who's that asshole that was bombing people? His dad was in charge of Thomas Edison or Edison Electric. Ayers. Is that the guy who's, and now he's like an English professor? There's evil for you. Mark Dayton was raised in Long Lake. Blah blah. He went to the Blake School. Ha ha ha. He attended Yale. He joined Delta Kappa Epsilon. I mean, really, alongside President George W. Bush, and received his BA in psychology. Okay, really? Really? Huh? Is he not douchey enough for you guys? Worked as a teacher in New York. Then served as chief financial officer as a social service agency in Boston. Alright, exactly. So 75. So no real. Dayton became first politically active in the 60s. He protested the Vietnam War because he was a conformist fuck. Oh, it doesn't say that here. He protested at Honeywell, where normal people were trying to work and actually produce something of value, where he was maced by police. Oh. Dayton's father served on the Honeywell board of directors, and the two had a strained relationship after the end. That serves you right there, Mr. Dayton, not bringing your son up right. Okay, 75, 76, he was a legislative aide to Walter Mondale. 77, 79, served as aide Rudy Perpich. 78, appointed to Department of Economic Development. All right, see, so at 78, and this guy has no fucking real world experience. He's promoted. You know why? Because he's a fucking Dayton, and that's what's carried him ever since. Minnesota State Auditor. Okay, so yeah, there's nothing. What did he do? Sit on his ass for 12 years? He was the auditor in 90 to 95, U.S. Senate, governor, blah. Okay, so again, solid 4. It's the absolute worst score you can get. This is a worthless person. This is somebody. If you Democrats really cared about poor people, you would not have had this guy run. You would have grabbed someone from the Iron Range who actually worked a fucking real job. Of course, I understand politics and Minnesota people being dumber than fuck that they are. The vote Dayton's. I remember going to see Santa Claus at Dayton's downtown. So that must be good. That must be good because he's a Dayton. Yes, the last name. Just fucking wish there was some rich-ass motherfucking Clarey in my past. And I could just be the Ted Kennedy, girlfriend-killing booze hound and just get away with fucking everything. And then just have this life of luxury. Fucking A. Anyway, yeah, so that's Mark Dayton. He's a fucking loser. And no matter what history, no matter what the sheeple of Minnesota voted in because of last name recognition, in the end, this is the most accurate description. This should be the legacy of this fucking dipshit. He was a lazy, no-good, parasitic fuck. And the only thing he accomplished was being born to the right dad. Or grandfather. Great-great-grandfather. Whatever it was. And being born into a state full of stupid sheeple that vote based on name recognition. Alright? That's... Oh, and by the way, before any of you go, he oversaw the greatest the Dayton economic miracle. Look it up. I already researched it. I'm an economist. What the fuck is going on? If it's a miracle going on, I looked up. It's all bullshit. Just look it up. But anyway, if you got questions, you want me to run Clarey Test on somebody, I don't do it for free. It's $25 a shot. Go to assholeconsulting.com, send your request there. Also, check out my blog, captaincapitalism.blogspot.com. What else I do? They got the Clarey podcast. That's on SoundCloud. Oh, and then we got my books. A ton of them. Bachelor Pad Economics. Worthless. The Young Person's Indispensable Guide to Choosing the Right Major. Reconnaissance Man. Curse of the High IQ. And The Black Man's Guide Out of Poverty, which is more than Mark Dayton has ever done to help black people out of poverty. See you kids later. Toodles.